Am I the a-hole for embarrassing my husband for saying I baby-trapped him? To put it bluntly, my husband and I had a surprise baby while we were young. I was on long-term birth control at the time, implant in arm, and had to have it removed after we found out I was pregnant. Last week we were out for dinner with friends, and he was making jokes and slipped in one about how he thinks I baby-trapped him. No reason for it, nothing to back up this crazy accusation, never mentioned it before. But I guess drunk words are sober thoughts? Our friends obviously looked a bit shocked and uncomfortable, especially when they saw my face. I asked my husband what the heck he was on about, and he said it was weird that we'd been sleeping together for 4 years, and then I randomly got pregnant. I responded by asking him a flurry of questions like, "Oh, did I baby trap you for your money?" He and his family were broke, mine is well off. And, "Did I baby trap you for your house?" We lived in one of my parents' properties at the time. "Did I baby trap you for your cars?" He didn't have a license at that point. He didn't respond, and then our friends changed the subject. He's been giving me basically the silent treatment ever since. Only one-word answers, and only when I speak to him. By the way, since having our first, we have been married for 3 years, bought a house with my deposit, and had 2 more children. This completely caught me by surprise, but he really seems quite upset about it. I know it was cruel to embarrass him, but a common phrase in my area is, "Don't dish it out if you can't take it." Am I the a-hole? Not the a-hole. The fact that this joke came out means he's had the thought before, and enough that it slipped. From info you provided, it sounds like his ego sorely misjudged who he thought he was. Yes, he is probably embarrassed, but so were you. Sounds like he married up and still thinks that he was the prize. It's giving delusional main character energy. She literally brought everything to the table and he still thinks he was the catch? Bro got baby trapped with a free house, no license, and vibes. I think the problem was, he didn't drop this as a joke. Because as a joke, it could be funny if the delivery's good, but if you're saying it like it's something you truly believe, then it's completely messed up. You don't question the pregnancy when it's just a joke. Not the a-hole. It's not a baby trap when contraception fails. It's biology. His joke wasn't funny. Your response was necessary. Her response was just the truth. If the truth hurts his feelings, maybe he'll think twice before telling cruel lies. Hopefully he'll get over it. For real, the only women that baby trap are kids too stupid and inexperienced to realize how much worse it is for the woman, or those blinded by the mega dollars willing to risk anything for the potential payday. It's really not an average dude kind of thing. Unfortunately, other motivations for baby trapping do exist. My eldest sister purposely conceived a baby with her boyfriend after several months. However, she later informed me the pregnancy wasn't due to either accident or improbability. She had stopped taking her birth control, and once she had tested positive, she had lied to her boyfriend about the miracle. Stunned by her admission, I asked why she had done it. Her response? Her motivation was 1, she wanted a baby, 2, she wanted him to propose to her, and 3, he was a good guy. He was a mama's boy, and she had charmed his mother, so the likelihood of him leaving her was unthinkable. She was, and is, financially independent. I've always been extremely unsettled in my sister's company, and this was the final nail in the fence my family has always encouraged me to not build against her. She's selfish, sanctimonious, cruel, and the least sincere person in any given area. Edit/mini update. We are 25. We have been together for 10 years and married for 3. We had our first when we were 19. Our relationship has been happy and healthy. I absolutely adore our family of 5, plus 2 fur babies, and we have supported each other through major life events over the past decade. The friends we were with are relatively new ones, and obviously wouldn't know about our first child's surprise conception. I am 100% sure my husband doesn't genuinely think I baby-trapped him. I think it was just a very poor joke where I was the punchline, and I opened my mouth before I had time to think. I have apologized for embarrassing him with my response, and he has of course apologized for his inappropriate joke and clarified things with our friends. Thank you for your opinions, tips, and advice. It helped give some clarity and outside insight before having a proper discussion with him about the incident. Next story. Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girlfriend after she lied about her ex? I, 22 male, have been with my girlfriend Sarah, 27 female, for about 8 months now. When we first started dating, she told me she had only been in 2 serious relationships before, and that her last ex was ancient history, and they hadn't spoken in over a year. Everything was going great, until last weekend when we went to her friend's birthday party. This guy shows up, and Sarah immediately gets weird. She introduces me to him as just a friend, which was already strange since we've been together for 8 months, and she introduces me as her boyfriend to literally everyone else. Later, I see them talking in the corner, and he's touching her arm, and she's laughing way too hard at whatever he's saying. When I went over to join them, Sarah looked super uncomfortable, and the guy just walked away. I asked who he was, and she said just an old friend from college. But then her friend Emma came up to me later and said something about how weird it must be for me to meet the ex that got away. I was confused and asked what she meant. Emma looked shocked and said she thought I knew that was Jake, Sarah's ex-boyfriend of 3 years who she was obsessed with and only broke up with 6 months before we started dating. I confronted Sarah about it the next day. She broke down crying and admitted that Jake was her ex, and that they had actually been texting on and off this whole time. She said she lied because she didn't want me to feel insecure, and that nothing physical happened, but they had been staying in touch as friends. I felt completely betrayed. Not only did she lie about when their relationship ended, but she's been texting him our entire relationship, and then introduced me as just a friend when he showed up. She swore nothing happened and that she chose me over him, but I don't believe her anymore. When I told her I needed time to think, she started crying and saying I was overreacting. She said lots of people stay friends with their exes and that she was just trying to protect my feelings by not telling me about the texting. Her friends have been messaging me, saying I'm being too harsh and that she made a mistake but really loves me. My friends are split. Some say once a liar, always a liar, and I should run. Others think maybe she really was just trying to protect me, and I should give her another chance. But I keep thinking about how she introduced me as just a friend to her ex. That felt like she was keeping her options open or something. And the fact that she's been texting him behind my back for months makes me wonder what else she might be hiding. I told her yesterday that I was done, and she needs to get her stuff from my apartment. Now she's been calling and texting nonstop, saying she'll do anything to fix this, and that I'm the best thing that ever happened to her. Am I the a-hole for ending things over this? Should I give her another chance since nothing physical happened? Not the a-hole. Did you agree to be in a throuple? Because if she's been texting him the whole relationship, she isn't respecting you two as a couple. Also, she introduced you as a friend, so she wants him to think he has a chance still. And the fact her friends say he is the one who got away, you need to run. Yeah, exactly. She wasn't just keeping you in the dark. She was actively making space for him. That friend intro was her telling him you're not serious, and that's a huge betrayal. Her introducing you to everyone else as her boyfriend, but to Jake as my friend, says all you need to know. You're her boyfriend to everyone else, but if Jake is interested in her, then you're nothing but a friend. She's already made her decision. She's just waiting for Jake to make his. Don't wait around as her plan B. You will always be a placeholder until she finds someone she thinks is better. Next story. Am I the a-hole for calling out my husband for buying himself a new iPad while our kitchen is falling apart? So here's what happened. We moved into this house 2 years ago. It's not perfect, far from it, but we've been slowly making it our own. Except, we is generous. I've been the one making do, patching stuff up, budgeting. I cook every day. I clean. I take care of our toddler. I make sure everything runs, even when nothing works right. Our kitchen is a mess. Burners that won't light. A rice cooker with a busted lid. The blender died months ago. I've been using one frying pan with a broken handle. I've mentioned it so many times, like, hey, maybe next month we can buy a set. Or, I saw a good deal on cookware. And he always says, yeah, soon. So imagine my face when he walked in last weekend, holding a brand new iPad Pro. I just stared at him. He didn't even try to hide it. Just goes, it was on sale. I needed something for YouTube and notes. Notes. For what? He doesn't even take notes. He uses his phone for everything. I asked, what about the stuff we actually need? Like, for example, in the kitchen, where, we make food? He shrugged. It's not that urgent. You're still able to cook, right? Still able to cook? I'm one burnt finger away from throwing that stupid pan out the window. And here's where it gets worse. His mom, who never liked how I managed the household, heard about the argument and told me I was overreacting and that men deserve to treat themselves sometimes. Oh, okay. So I just don't? I snapped. I told him it's disrespectful that I bust my butt every day making meals with broken tools while he gets to spoil himself with expensive toys. And he got mad. Said I made him feel guilty for one small purchase. It's not about the iPad. It's about priorities. It's about how I'm expected to be okay with scraps while he gets shiny new tech. Every single time. Now he's being cold. His mom thinks I'm controlling. And I'm sitting here wondering, should I have just kept my mouth shut? Am I the a-hole? One small purchase. Laughing out loud. I don't know the prices of Apple products where you live, but here, I would have to save up for over a year for iPad Pro. Not the a-hole. Stop cooking. Tell him to cook, clean, and take care of your toddler while you watch YouTube and actually take notes. Or just make cold sandwiches every day. Bologna and cheese every day for dinner. When he asked why no hot meal, because you have nothing to cook with. And make him another bologna and cheese sandwich. He'll get sick of eating them after a while. Though I have a feeling this selfish mama's boy would just go to his mom's for every meal, leaving you home with nothing. Or he would spend more money eating out and again leaving you home with nothing. I couldn't live like that. Not the a-hole. Last story. Am I the a-hole for telling my boyfriend he can't use my vehicle anymore to take his kids to school every day? I, 30 female, am starting to get frustrated with my 36 male boyfriend for not taking accountability for his own problems. He had a vehicle that he used to drive, but beat it into the ground and never gave the vehicle any TLC until we started dating 4 years ago. He drove it with an expired inspection sticker, like 3 years expired, until he got pulled over and an officer told him next time he would get a ticket. The car sat for an entire year until we moved to a new apartment, and the car continued to sit for another year until my landlord confronted me, saying it needed to be removed from the property due to no use, and it was difficult to start and move during the winter snowfall for plowing. My boyfriend got upset because it's his vehicle. He can have it there. Where does it say in the lease he can't have it here? After a couple of months, my landlord brought it up again and said he wouldn't re-sign a lease with us if the car wasn't removed. So in January, after my last warning from the landlord, I went and bought a new battery for the car, installed it myself, got a storage unit, had it towed to said storage unit, and told my boyfriend he needed to figure out what to do with it. 7 months later, the car still sits in the storage unit, which I'm paying $200 a month for. I recently brought it up to him and stated, I don't want this to be a fight. I'm just airing my truths. I said that I found it really difficult to continue storing the vehicle because he's not taking accountability for it. He's just forgotten about it until I consistently bring it up and ask what he's doing with it. I told him I found it really unattractive that there was no initiative and that it was really starting to piss me off. I'm the only one who's helped him with it, and he hasn't given a damn. I told him at this point he owes me all the money back, but deep down, I know that probably won't happen. He sat and listened to what I had to say, but didn't really offer any sort of game plan to get rid of it. This was a month ago. Today I sit here, getting the bank notification that $200 was taken out for the storage units again, and he's given zero effort to figuring it out. He uses my car for whatever he needs, including when his kids were in school, he would drive my car every day to bring them. I really don't have a problem with that, but I'm starting to feel used. He puts gas in the car, but treats it like it's our vehicle. I paid my car off, which was a huge accomplishment for me. But there's a small anxious part of me that worries that if he's driving it and gets in an accident, I'll be out of luck. I haven't had the conversation with him yet. I know it's going to be a hard one, but it's the only way I feel like I can stand my ground at this point. I know his kids may be a little disappointed that they can't see their dad every day, but I feel that I can't continue to keep allowing him to use it however he wants. And I also think I'm just going to have his car towed to his mother's house so they can deal with it. All I've done is put effort into this car. I put in spark plugs, a new alternator, and the new battery to get it to start, all by myself and YouTube. The car isn't inspectable and needs a lot of work that I know he won't put into it, and I barely got a thank you. Edit. Yes, he has a job. I take him to work every day and pick him up at the end of his shift. He has a good job but is saving money. Most of you have said that he doesn't respect me, and yes, I do see that, and have for a while. I know that I'm just letting him walk all over me, and that's why I talked to him last month about it and told him I needed him to figure it out. Let him know that this is the last month you will be paying for storage. Then go in and let the storage place know that you are ending the contract at the end of the month. Make sure he knows that and let him figure it out. Then, don't re-sign your lease. Move out and leave this loser behind. He doesn't want a partner. He wants a mommy. Let him figure out how to be a grown-up. You don't need to waste your time and money on this man. Not the a-hole, but you will be if you continue to let him use you. All of this. He wants a mom, not a partner. You will grow to resent him if you haven't already, and your relationship will fall apart because of that dynamic. He will suck you dry mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. Get out as soon as the lease is up. It's long past time for him to grow up. Not the a-hole, but you have bigger problems than the car. You're dating an entitled man-child. Probably time to cut him loose. When I was married, my husband was so proud that he had bought his dream car. It was what he was driving when we first started dating. It was a low-end Jaguar. Flash forward to a couple years later when we were married. And all that time, he never wants to change the oil, even though the dealership would do it for free and pick him up and drop it off. So 13,000 miles later, the engine basically seized up, and the car became a brick. While it was still under warranty, the dealership rightfully refused due to lack of maintenance. Nothing kills respect in a relationship faster than having to clean up the self-inflicted messes from your man-child yet again.